Hey, checking in with Mike Yawney, hanging out with our friends at the SAIT Culinary Campus downtown this morning, talking knife skills, specifically how to cut a pepper.
That's right. And you know what? Apparently, this knife is overkill for a pepper.
Oh, yeah.
But Chef Lapine says it's not overkill for herbs.
Ah.
He said this is the perfect
Confusing.
knife for cutting herbs. Huh?
Certain herbs, yes.
Certain herbs.
Parsley's, right? Your rosemary's, thymes, because you can work those herbs, right?
Yeah.
If you're using basil or mint, you're going to bruise them, so you don't want to re-chop them too much.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Certainly learning a lot this morning. I'm going to put that guy aside. Let's talk about peppers.
Yes.
I thought I knew the correct way to cut a pepper. And this, because I bet you people at home are going to say, hey, I cut it that way. What I do, stick a paring knife in the top, go around.
Yes, I've seen this before, Mike.
Yeah. And, you know, take it out, blah, 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 and Bob's your uncle, cut it.
Yeah.
I do it this way. A few people in the background do it. Cameraman Nick, so we must be right. Maybe you're wrong.
Maybe. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you a trick with the pepper, Mike, that's going to be life-changing.
Okay, I'm ready for
life-changing.
this.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to take the top and the bottom off of the pepper, okay?
Top and bottom off.
Top and bottom. Okay, so with these guys, don't throw these out. A lot of people don't like to use that for some reason. It's an absolutely beautiful product, right? You can dice, julienne that, whatever you're doing. From here, what we're going to do is line up from 12 o'clock, my 12 o'clock to my 6 o'clock, the pepper like this, from the top and the bottom. What we're going to do is with the knife, I'm going to come out on the side here. Essentially, I'm just laying the knife flat on top of the pepper here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow the natural groove of the pepper to remove out all the seeds. And then you have your beautiful pepper.
This I gotta
like
trust.
this.
That you made that look really easy.
Well, I've only done about 2 or 3 in my
Couple
lifetime,
times.
Okay.
Okay.
Come down a little bit more on the cutting board. That's
Okay.
going to make it a little bit easier. And still hold that knife how I showed you in the first
Oh, that's
segment.
right. That's
Yep.
right.
That way you
Like
have more
this.
control. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Coming on this side there, yeah. And then just follow and keep rotating the pepper as you cut. Make sure your fingers keep moving on top of the pepper so they're out of the blade's way.
Oh, just like you. Look at this. Okay, that's not as
You know
easy.
what? That's okay. Pretty good for your first shot. Eh?
Look at that. Same. Looks the same. Yeah. No.
Pretty close, pretty close.
Okay.
So from here, a little trick what I also like to kind of tell people is when you're cutting your pepper, we have our skin side and we have the inside.
Right.
Always cut from the inside. And the reason for that is it's going to be a lot easier to cut, especially if you have a knife at home that's not as sharp as it should be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because I would typically flip it over
Yeah.
because that's the flat side, then cut from
Exactly.
there.
And again, if you have a super sharp knife, you're good with that. But if it's a little bit on the other side where you probably, need to run it on the steel or whatnot, cut it from the inside.
It's the same thing. Curl in your fingers.
Yeah. Make sure your fingers are all tucked down. Yeah. You can do your julienne there.
That.
You can see you have a whole bunch of different cuts you can do from that one pepper, right? We have large dice, little diamond shape, little small dice, some triangles, and a little bit of a julienne cut. So
And
lots of different things you can do.
Just for the record, Ted Tara, Chef cut all that in about 30 seconds, all those different shapes, as I was talking to somebody else off camera here, and I turn around and this is all done. This guy knows how to handle knives.
He's done it a few times.
1,000 times.
A few,
yeah.
yes, 1,000
Yeah.
times at least.